guys, what is going on? My name is Virtual Venoms and today I am bringing you guys my review of the A.G.R and how I think you guys should use it in a Black Ops 2 match. As you can see, the gameplay in the background is actually a pretty good gameplay. I do pretty well in it actually. I ended up getting an A.G.R orb and whatever the fuck, stealth chopper in between with this weapon. It doesn't go very well at the beginning, I'll admit that, and I was actually raging to my friend in a Skype call while I was playing this. Until the end bit where I went really quiet and he was like, "Whoa, dude, you've gone really quiet," and I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm kind of doing a bit well," which kind of makes up for it all really. So enjoy the gameplay, well, the end bit anyway. Now, things I will say about this weapon is that you are going to have to play differently to how you would usually play, and what I mean by that is that you cannot go rushing in. This assault rifle especially has a particularly low rate of fire. Now this is devastating because of the fact that the power of the weapon is not really good enough to damage your opponent in close combat with this kind of rate of fire. There's just no chances are you will not win, and that's just simple, facts, is that you will not win. The rate of fire for this weapon is 645 rounds per minute. The foul beats it if you put it on full auto, or not full auto, but semi-auto. I think you can actually fire faster than this. So I've looked at some of the stats, but we all know they can count for shit. So don't take my word for that. But I know it's definitely slower than the SMR, which is I think it's the only assault rifle that is actually slower than. Something that's such as the M4A1 that fires 4-round bursts, it's actually like over 1,000 rounds per minute, and with this it's 645, which really is not that good for an assault rifle, and as you can probably expect, you come into close combat, you're going to have difficulty. But not everything is negative about a gun like this, and I'm going to explain why. The kind of tactic you're going to have to adapt to, or adopt, should I say, when doing this, is probably actually play how I'm playing in the gameplay. Now what I mean by this is that you're going to have to hang back just behind where well the enemy are kind of converging or spawning, and get in a position where you can take them off from kind of a medium to long range. Now the reason for this is you're going to have this like kind of real big stalemate advantage over any SMGs. Now SMGs are powerful up close, and I know that, however long range they're not as powerful, and the A.G.R will pick them off with little difficulty, which is the big thing about the A.G.R. You have to adapt your playing side or playing style, should I say, to actually do well with this weapon. So obviously the recoil of this weapon is actually quite high for the rate of fire. It's obviously quite controllable, which is why I'm saying that you should actually use this weapon at long range instead of obviously short range, because you're not going to win at short range, and you'll probably see that in some situations during this gameplay. You will not win during short range. So I'll post up my class setup in the corner there for you, so you guys can have a look for yourself. I ran perks that were beneficial to me in this case anyway, to try and actually get the advantage, because I wanted to let you guys kind of not decide for yourselves, but kind of take what I've got and kind of adapt it to how you play, and that could mean a number of things. So starting off, have lightweight and hardline. If you want to be a stealthy motherfucker, then you just go straight for something like Blind Dying Ghost. Obviously got perk 1 greed on. Perk 2 is toughness, and that's for one reason and one reason only. The recoil for this weapon, I'd say you have to have toughness, for the simple fact that if you get shot kind of long range and you don't have toughness, your aim's going to be even bloody worse with this weapon. So you need toughness to keep on, and hitting that first bullet with this weapon is the most important thing, and toughness will really help you to do that. Another perk that's going to help you to do that is dexterity for perk 3, and that just means you'll be able to lift your gun quicker, because if you do come into close combat situation, the first bullet off against your opponent is good with the A.G.R. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to win. You need to. It's all about reactions with the A.G.R up close, and all about tactical thinking and positioning yourself a tiny bit back. But altogether, the A.G.R is not the best weapon. It's not the best weapon. However, it can be adapted to a playing style of your choice. You just have to know how to use it. So lethal, I have C4. I always go with my C4, and nice and powerful. It can clear out somewhere you want to go, a building or whatever. Concussion grenade, always useful when using the A.G.R. Throw a concussion grenade in a doorway. They're all stunned, you walk in, then you've got the advantage in up close situations. But apart from that, do not go in up close situations. A.G.R the attachments I have for it is adjustable stock. Now the reason I always have adjustable stock, don't ask me why, I just do. I like to move fast, I like to be quick with my weapons, don't like to aim down sight and be moving like a fucking snail sideways. It just really does not suit me. I always use adjustable stock unless I don't see the need. And foregrip just to help me control that recoil that the gun does come with, and you know, that is a problem with this weapon as I've discussed. So let's just go over everything and kind of come to a conclusion. This weapon is good for certain situations, but for other situations this gun is not going to suffice, okay? So depending on your playing style depends whether or not you should use this weapon. Personally, I'd probably rate this weapon at probably a 7 out of 10 because it can be good if you know how to use it. For that reason, I'm going to say it's a 7 out of 10. And if you want to use this weapon, give it a try for yourselves and post in the comments what you thought and what you found out. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. It's my virtual Venom. I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay and me talking. I'll see you in a bit, guys.